Super excited to have one of our local at-home cooks. She's a mom, she's a wife, and she's an amazing cook back in our kitchen. This is Christine Brodersen, now from Nina. Good morning, good to see you.
Thank you, good to see you too, Amy.
Christine moved to Texas for a while,
I did.
and she shot me an email and said, I'm back. My husband moved back here with his job, so we couldn't be more thrilled because you are such a great cook. You really are. So tell us about the comfy classic we're making.
Okay, this is going to be a chicken and black bean soup. And it's got all the components of comfortable food. It's got a little bit of cream and a little bit of, it's got a lot of vegetables, a little kick with the chipotle pepper. And it's not the black bean traditional that you're thinking of where the soup is actually black beans puree.
Right.
The beans are gonna stay whole and it's gonna be the chicken stock and the cream.
I love this, it's something totally different. So we started out cooking some bacon. Was it about how much bacon, Christine?
It's about 4 to 5 pieces, and then you cook them till they're crisp.
Okay.
And then you're going to take that out, and that's just to get the flavor of the bacon.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do is, at the end, you can drizzle the bacon on the top, and it looks really pretty.
Yeah, so we're almost there. Okay, I'm going to just let that cook a little longer. So should we chop the broccoli?
Yes. Now, what I love about this recipe, we're going to use it all, and that's something you're not going to throw away the stems this time, but you are going to peel them because the stems of the broccoli can be a little rough and not pleasant to eat. So we're going to peel it.
You know, I'm one of those people that usually just goes for the florets or buys the florets and don't really use the stems. So it's nice to know that you can actually, you know, when you buy a whole head of broccoli, you can use the stems for something.
And then heads up, if you're going to make this soup, don't buy the florets because sometimes they sell it just the florets and just the stems. But you want the stems this time.
So you basically just then dice it up?
Yep, we're going to dice it up.
Pretty fine dice?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to cut all the pieces in the soup kind of fine, and I'll show you how I cut the broccoli florets because we're going to use those too. Because when you have a soup, it's nice when everything fits on the spoon and stuff doesn't tumble off.
I agree, I agree. All right, so our bacon's looking pretty good. I'm gonna get this out of the pan. And we want the drippings though, and I'm just gonna drain that. So the drippings, we want to use those.
Oh yes, because that's gonna be the flavor.
Okay. Yum. So should we throw some onion in?
Yes, let's throw our vegetables in, the onion and the carrots.
Okay. In that same bacon drippings.
Yep.
Finely diced onion and carrot.
And we're going to cook these broccoli stems because they're a little bit harder. So we're going to get those in.
Are you going to bring me back some good, you got some good Texas recipes that we can do another time?
I think so, yes. I think so. We'll have to do that.
They cook a little differently down there than we do, don't they?
You know, I have come to really love spice more than I did before. I always did, but their idea of mild is not really mild. It's a kick.
Well, we'll have to do some Southwest cooking. I would love to do that another time. Oh, this has a little bit of kick to it, like you said.
It does, because we're going to use the chipotle and adobo sauce, and we're only going to use a little bit today, but there are other things that you can do with this, and I'll talk about that. Like you can just put that on some chicken breasts and grill it, or put it in your your home griller. And that's fine. I have a panini press that functions as a grill too. So
yeah, I love these. So we'll go ahead and open this. Okay, so let's say at home, let this cook a little bit longer. We've got our onion and our the broccoli stems and our carrot in there.
We can put the garlic in there
and some fresh garlic. I'll just go ahead and give that a whack.
And while you are getting that ready, we are going to put the spices in.
Okay,
with the flour.
What kind of spices are we doing?
We've got oregano, thyme, and what was the other one? And basil.
Okay, and our flour goes in. This is going to thicken the soup.
Yep, it's going to get a little thick. We've got our spices.
It smells good. It smells really good. Soup, I think, can get boring. This, we all make the same soups over and over again. This is a fun new one, totally different. I've never seen anything like this before. So at home, we'll kind of really let that flour cook a little bit?
Right, you do. So you're gonna deglaze it with a 1/4 cup of wine.
Okay, a dry white, so we've got using Door Peninsula white wine. Okay, in goes our wine. Who's measuring?
And then you can add your chicken broth.
Chicken stock. All of it? Just a few cups?
Yep, you can use the whole box.
Okay.
because you're going to want leftovers.
Yeah,
this
are you
one
kidding?
Is so good.
Soup is one
and
of
when you
those-
see it come together, it's, like I said, it's got the components of comfort food. It's pretty, it's creamy, and it's got that kick that also keep you
interested, huh?
interested in the winter, in those dark, cold winters.
Okay, so this is going to come
Okay.
to a boil and thicken up a little bit.
Yep.
When do the chipotles and adobo
We're going to
sauce
do
blend?
that now. We're going to
Okay.
put 2 tablespoons in there.
Okay,
Where did our tablespoon
and we can
go?
just grab right here.
Okay.
So yeah, I learned the hard way, Christine. I was making a soup actually with this, and I put a little bit too much in, and it was almost inedible. So you can always add more.
Yes.
Do we want to chop these at all, or just put them in
I
just like
just
this?
kind of use the sauce.
Okay.
And you could kind of take the adobos out, you know, if they're too spicy for you.
I love these so much. It just smells
That
so
is
good.
also great, just a little bit of that sauce mixed in sour cream.
Ooh.
If you're going to have fajitas,
Yeah.
you just want to put that is good.
That's a good tip because we're left with half of a can, so you know, use it in another recipe. Okay, so heavy cream goes in.
Heavy cream.
Our Lamer's heavy cream.
Okay.
Yep, just go ahead and dump it in.
Yep.
And then
We're going to add
our broccoli. This is just
broccoli
very
florets.
finely chopped broccoli florets. Great way to get
and
the
then
broccoli in there.
you can use, again, we can, you know, using all your items, the broccoli stems, you can use chicken that is leftover. I had a rotisserie chicken, and here's the breast.
Perfect, perfect.
I love those rotisserie
I do
chickens.
too. I do too. But you can see, I thought black bean soup, like you said, I was thinking it would be dark, but it really is kind of a creamy, yummy, yummy.
And look at that. Look at the
Oh,
colors.
it's beautiful.
The black and the green and the carrots. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Wow. All right, we're gonna let this cook a little bit. Let that broccoli get tender. Coming up, Christine is gonna make a delicious pound cake, I hear.
Yes.
Ooh, I can hardly wait. So stay with us. We'll be back